Hi guys, I am Heather Duncan and I am the artist of Duncan House Creative. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial on these wonderful abstract watercolor circles, okay? We're going to be really focusing on two techniques, wet on wet and wet on dry, for these abstract circles, so I'm excited to share them with you. Alright, first let's go over our supplies that we're going to be using for this tutorial. For this tutorial you're going to need a pencil. I'm going to be using a roll of washi tape to make my circle stencils, but whatever you have on hand that makes like a circular shape will work. I'm using a number 4 watercolor brush, a round watercolor brush, and I will need some watercolor paper, some water, clean water that I'll move here, and then I'm using this beautiful Art Philosophy. I don't know if it's Prisma or not. Anyways, it's Art Philosophy, and it's called the Complexion watercolor palette. I love it. I think the colors just go so well together. They're very neutral, get a lot of great complementary colors with it. So we're going to be using this palette today to do this, but you can do this with any palette. I mean, honestly, you can do this with just regular Crayola watercolors that you have at home, honestly. So, anyways, that's what we're using today. So, alright, let's dive in and I'll tell you how we're going to do this first, okay? First we're going to trace our circles with our stencil using a pencil. Then we're going to come in and we're going to fill in all of our circles using our wet on wet technique, okay? And we're going to do some various little tricks. I'm going to show you some like lines, some dots, maybe blending some colors. Very easy, very basic beginner level watercolor things, okay? After this dries, we're going to go on top of a couple of them and just add some little details. I used black on all my details here, but again, you can use whatever color you want, okay? It's very simple, very easy, kind of therapeutic, honestly, to watch the colors mix together and stuff. I love it. So, alright, let's jump in together. Okay, I'm just going to take my pencil and very lightly I'm going to trace around, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Why is this so difficult? Oh my goodness. Trace around my circles, or my stencil here, okay? And I'm going to make 3 to a row, and I'm going to do 12, I think, total, so 4 rows of 3. Now, I am not getting my ruler out. I am not making sure that these are, like, super uber particular. I am just kind of eyeballing it because that's what I do. And, you know, this project is for me. I'm not going to give this as a gift. I'm just doing this for fun, to relieve some stress and to enjoy painting. So, you know, if I was doing this for, you know, a commission or doing it for a gift or something, then of course I would maybe be a little bit more particular. I want to also note that you can use different sizes of stencils for this. You can use larger circles if you wanted. You can do any of the techniques that we're using on this with any size of circle. Okay? You could even do triangles if you had a triangle stencil, or squares. I mean, honestly, it's up to you. I'm thinking right now, like my kids have like little magnet tiles that I could use for a triangle stencil. There's lots of fun things. So we're using, this is called repetition, and that's a style, like an element of style is using repetition. So that's what we're essentially doing here, is just repeating circles to get something that looks cool. So, okay, my circles are done. Now I'm going to start with my color. Now I want to first point out that if you got this palette, it came with this really cool little menu of colors, and you paint the little color in each one. This is the first time I've ever had anything like this, and I love it. I think it's so cool, especially because a lot of these colors look very similar, so it's a good reminder to me of what the colors look like. So I kind of just keep that out there as a cheat sheet to let me know kind of what colors I'm working with. So I'm gonna start with a light color. Now you can do what I'm doing. You can maybe watch 2 or 3 of mine and then you can kind of pause the video and do what you want to do. Don't feel tied to the circles that I'm teaching you, okay? I'll tell you my technique, or the biggest kind of things that I'm doing here is I'm making sure I'm not using like the same color on the same line or the same row. So like if I'm using this peach color called Peach Cobbler, I'm not going to use this color again on this row or this line. So kind of like a grid. That's kind of how I keep my colors evenly distributed along the composition. So I have a wet circle here. Now I'm going to go in and I think I'm going to do some dots. And I'm going to take this, I think this is called redwood. Yeah, I think it is. And I'm just going to, this is called wet on wet. I'm taking a wet paint, kind of woke up that redwood, and I'm just going to dab it into that peach cobbler. And I want to see that spread. There's a little bubble there. Oh no, that has like, has something on it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. It's like something in it. So now this is just gonna spread throughout this and create a really cool effect. And as it dries, it'll look really different than it even does right now. So I'm gonna leave that there. Now I'm gonna do one. There's gold. I might use this color. It's called coconut. It's kind of like a mustardy yellow. Just making sure you can see the picture. And for this one, I'm going to color in most of the circle. So I'm going to color or paint this whole circle in here. I'm going to add some color to it. And then I'm going to add a second color in that little area right there. And I'm going to add some of this pink. I want to make sure my brush is really good and wet too. This is called Lemonade, this color. I'm just going to add this color called Lemonade. Try not to mix the colors too much either. Oh, it looks so good. Yeah. Just kind of push that color aside. Yeah, and again, this is going to dry too in a really unique way. Okay, then I'm going to come in and do more of this redwood. I'm just going to paint the circle like so. I don't know if you guys follow this lady on Instagram called Tabitha Brown. She is hilarious, and she always says like so, like that, or whatever, and every time I say something like that, I always like feel like I'm her or something. She's amazing. If you don't follow her, you should. Tabitha Brown. I am Tabitha Brown, I think. She's hilarious. She's a vegan, so she does a lot of vegan stuff, but it's not all vegan. Okay, then I'm just touching black. I'm gonna pick up some black. I'm just gonna kind of touch some black around one edge of this. Maybe bring some black in just for some interest. Maybe bring it around a little bit more because see, I just did half of it here, so I don't want to do the same thing. You know? Maybe a little dab there. Ooh, I like that. Okay. The next one I'm going to do gray. And I'm going to make a really light gray in my palette here, which basically just means I'm mixing water with just a dab of black. And I'm going to do this. Now that's too dark, so I'm just going to put it on there, and I'm only going to use water to blend that out. So instead of going back for more gray, I'm just getting some water. I'm just going to blend this out. And just do like a real light gray wash. Okay, awesome. Okay, I noticed my paper was kind of bowing up, so I'm just gonna take some tape and put it down. I don't think I need to tape the whole thing down, but I'm just gonna do that. All right, now I'm gonna come in here and do another brown. Because see, I have pretty light colors here, so I wanna come in with another brown right here. And for this one I'm using, what am I using? Cavern. I'm using the color Cavern for this. Ooh, it's pretty. It reminds me of like caramel. And I might come in with some redwood. Just kind of brighten that up. And instead of 2 colors on this one, I'm gonna do 3. So I'm gonna wake up this color called Unite. Oh, Unite. I'm going to unite my colors using this color called Unite. So now I have kind of a 3 different colors going on here. I even pick up some of this darker color. What is this called? Bear? No? Yes? I don't even, you guys, I don't even know. Tiki? Whatever. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna do this peach cobbler one more time. Over here. It's time to use it on this side. And for this one, the last one I did like kind of larger dots. For this one I'm going to do some really small dots. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. Okay, there. And then I'm going to take some black and wake that black up. Now, I have a lot of black on my brush there, so I'm going to just dot it off. I'm going to take the very tip of my brush. Ooh, those aren't small. Oh well. I was going for small dots, but they turned out to be a lot bigger than small. That's okay. I'll put a lot of them on there, so, you know. We'll see. We'll just go with it and see what it looks like. It's kind of cool. That's the good thing about painting sometimes is, especially if you need an exercise in letting go of control, like I do in my life, painting is a great way to practice that. Okay, I'm trying to look and see where my colors are. I'm going to use this tiki color, I think. Maybe I should have used the bear color. Maybe I'll use both. Who cares? You guys, I don't even know. Put the bear on. I do feel, I think I said this in a previous video, but I think that it would be so fun to name paint names. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to add some black to this. Kind of like I did up here. I'm going to add some black. There. Just gonna let that do its thing. See what happens. Maybe add a little bit over here too. There we go. Alright, we haven't used pink yet. Let's use some pink. We used a little bit of pink there. I'm kind of breaking my rule by using pink there and here, but I don't want to put it here because that... Oh, I'm kind of sad that that did that, but whatever. No biggie. Just goes to show you, because I've done this painting 2 or 3 times, so it just goes to show you that you plan something and then it doesn't go as planned. Okay, there's a pink, and I'm just going to do that flat pink. And this next one, I'm going to do half gray, so I'm going to come and pick my gray back up. I'm going to do gray on this side. To do half brown. There's black. I might use this tiki brown. Just blend that together. Reminds me of rocks, kind of, these colors too. There we go. Oh, that looks good. I like that. I'm gonna use the gold We haven't used gold yet. We need to use this gold. It takes a little bit to wake the gold up. So don't feel, you know, I don't know why the pigments in those metallic colors just take a little bit longer to get going. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it. The gold looks so good. Okay, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of brown into this gold. Okay, I'm going to go with this dark brown. I just kind of go around the rim like so. There's my Tabitha Brown, like so, like that. Here we go. Ooh, I like that. It's kind of cool. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more because I kind of want to do the same thing to the next one, but black. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do another gray because I have 1, 2, I need a gray in the middle here. Gray, and then I'm gonna do kind of what I did here but with black on around the perimeter. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna take some black, straight up black. I'm just gonna touch the perimeter just like that. There, looks like a moon. And then we're going to end with some peach cobbler. And I'm going to add some lines to the peach cobbler. Perfect. Oh, looks so good. Okay, so while this is still wet, I'm going to add some just straight lines. Yeah, and then they're gonna they're really cool. It kind of bleeds out into a really cool. There we go. Ooh, I love it. Awesome. Okay guys, that's it for the wet on wet. Now we're gonna let this dry just a little bit, and then we're gonna come back with some dry, like after it's dried, we're gonna come back with some paint and do a wet on dry, okay? And then we'll be finished. Really, the next step's very quick, so. Okay, we're gonna come back on top of some of these circles with some wet paint. Now my circles are dry, so I'm just gonna use black. Droplet on it. So I'm going to use black for my wet on dry, and I'm going to do just some line work. So like this one, I'm just going to take and I'm going to do like 3 straight lines. 1, and then I'm going to do like 2, and I'm going to stagger these lines, and then 3. So there's 1. For the next one, get my brush wet. Oh, this pink one here, I'm just gonna do little kind of raindrops throughout the whole thing. This is kind of what I wanted that one to look like, but it didn't. Which is okay. You know, sometimes that happens. You just go with it. I think I heard one art teacher say, you make your boo-boos beautiful. Like, boo beautiful. I don't know. Maybe that will help you. Okay, so there's that. Almost kind of reminds me of like watermelon seeds or something. So there's that. Oh no, I got that. Shoot, got my hand in that. Sometimes if you wet it, there you go. If you wet it, you can kind of get it off. I'll have to remember that's there. Okay, then I'm gonna do some line work up here, and this one, let's see, I don't know, I think I might do one here though. I'm trying to think. I don't know, just go where your heart feels right. I think I might do something down here in this gold. Some little loop-de-loos or something. Like so. That's nice. Add some thing there, and I might even do some little things like this. And then come up here and do, I like this one. This is one of my favorites. Let's do some fun little lines. And notice how I'm coming off the circle. That's intentional, okay? It's kind of an intentional move. Okay. Yeah, I think that that's good. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else. I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, I think it's good. Yeah. Maybe I might do one more line here. Just make that a little bit thinner. There. Cool. All right, guys. I think we're done. This is still drying, so I don't want to lift it up because it might drip. But I'll show you my previous one. You can see. Not cool. All right, so tonight, whenever you're doing this, we did some abstract circles. So easy, so peaceful, very meditative. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We used a wet on dry technique for the top and then a wet on wet technique for the base. So you use two different watercolor techniques. We mixed some different colors. We did some different pattern work, different things like that. So good job. I hope this is relaxing to you. I hope that you're able to just, get your mind off of whatever your mind is usually on and just enjoy yourself and take some time for yourself to be creative, okay? All right. I will see you back here next time. Bye-bye.